Damn it, I'm mortified. I set my alarm for 5 o'clock this morning and I didn't hear it and I didn't wake up till 6. So I'm trying to get to the location of this wonderful view as fast as possible, whilst of course strictly observing the highway code. We're on a back road in central Perthshire and there's a very steep, windy road, as you can see, going up the hill. When we get to the top, the road suddenly goes over the crest of the hill, and as we come out of the trees at the top, you'll see this amazing view, and that's what I'm trying to get to. But I really should have been here an hour earlier to catch the first rays of the sun. Still, it's looking pretty good, and hopefully we'll still get something worth shouting about. So here we come over the crest of the hill, we're coming down, and as we come out of the trees, you're going to see this wonderful view. And it'll be a challenge to get a good shot of it. So buckle up, here we go. So one of the really difficult things when doing a landscape, when you've got a wonderful, big, wide open landscape, it looks absolutely amazing, but it's not a picture yet, because you need some kind of focus in the foreground or the middle distance, something which brings the whole thing together and gives you a composition. Otherwise, it's just a flat wall of colour and shape, so without very much depth. So my challenge really is to try and find something which will give a bit of focus which can direct your eye to different parts of the shot. Let's see what we can find. So I've identified a couple of items which I think would help to create a nice shot. One is the road down there, which has got a nice little kink in it, which will look quite good, quite a graphic quality to the shot. And in the foreground, I've got these ferns which are beginning to unfold, and they've got a nice little a little sort of spiral at the top. And I think if we can get those two elements into the shot, we'll have a much more interesting landscape shot. So what I'm trying to do is to get the landscape, and in the foreground, in silhouette, I'll have these ferns, and then just to the right of that, I'm hoping to get that kink in the road. So there's going to be some kind of balance. I've got to have the camera quite high up because the ferns need to be silhouetted against this pale grass field, otherwise they'll lose the effect of it. I'm breaking quite a few rules here because shouldn't really have the camera with the central column extended like this, because that tends to give it less stability, but sometimes you've got to do what you've got to do. I'm also having to use quite a high ISO number. I'm shooting at 320, and normally I'd like to shoot a landscape at 125 to get the maximum definition, but because there's a slight breeze and the ferns are moving just a little bit, and that means that I need a higher shutter speed to try and freeze them. But this Nikon 750, I mean, at 320 ISO the quality is still pretty amazing, so I don't think anybody's going to notice that. I think it should be okay. I could spend all day up here. It's absolutely amazing. You can hear bits of traffic going up and down the road in the distance, but up here you feel completely isolated from it all. Anyway, as Phil Collins said, another day in paradise. Another thing that could be quite effective is shooting a landscape through leaves, particularly at this time of year when you get the spring green and you get the sun on the side, and you can kind of make out the landscape in the background, but it's really quite a nice effect. Time to go home and get some breakfast.